Greetings everyone. Today is a different type of video for me, as I usually, well, don't do these types of videos. But I just wanted to make this video because I wanted to state my opinion on this matter, and I perhaps give some of you out there a different perspective, perhaps. I would like to state beforehand that I am not going to talk much about the leaks, or that I have some inside info regarding the leaks related to Shadow, as if my uncle works at Nintendo or something like that. I am fairly sure that there will be plenty of things mentioned in this video that you have already seen or heard about, so I will try my best to not go on about the most common known things around, but of course this is not the case for everyone, obviously. So as the title suggests, this is about why Shadow deserves to be in the game, and this can mean a lot of things. Of course, this will be my opinion about it and how I feel about it. So Shadow is one of my favorites, if not my favorite character from the series. And ever since Brawl, I would have loved the idea of having him as a new playable character, but knew that the chances of this happening at the time were very slim, because Sonic's a third-party character, and having another one from the series, it just was not happening. However, with the introduction of Echo Fighters, this was like the first step to it becoming a reality, as Echo Fighters are basically a clone of a character that is already playable in the game, as everyone basically already knows this, but I'm just saying it in case someone forgot or etc. And Shadow totally fits the bill, you know? Sonic and Shadow share so many similar moves, such as the spin dash and the homing attack, and their speed is pretty much equal, and they are of the same size as well. Now I will not go into the moveset, I will get into that in a bit. Obviously they weren't always the same, like in 06 for example, with Shadow being slightly slower and having a more advanced homing attack for example. But in a game like Sonic Adventure 2, they were pretty much identical. Obviously it was the first game where Shadow was introduced, but they were still pretty darn identical. Other than the moves being shown off differently, they were essentially the same thing. I'd also like to mention that Shadow is a character who is the most relevant in the series right now after Sonic, and he's iconic as well, as very known. For all the people saying that it would be Tails instead of Shadow, tell me, when was the last time he even did anything great in any of the recent Sonic games other than, well, begging for Sonic's help? I've gotten in a couple of discussions and arguments by talking to people about why Shadow is the obvious choice, especially over someone like Tails in this case. Like, seriously, this is my reaction whenever someone says that Tails deserves to be in Smash over Shadow, regardless of what explanation I give.
이상으로 상상해본 적 있지?
Yeah, basically. Shadow, however, is still strong, iconic, like I just mentioned, and a very relevant character. In a recent game, Sonic Forces, he made one of the bad guys that knocked Sonic out his, well, pretty much his bitch. In case you don't know who I'm talking about, it's basically Infinite. There's a cutscene where Shadow kinda, it's not even a real fight, he just beats Infinite up like he's nothing, and well, at the beginning of the game, Sonic pretty much gets knocked out. Yes, there were multiple of them and they were attacking Sonic all at the same time, but I mean, he was the one to still end up knocking him out. But okay, I suppose maybe this is not the best example, but Shadow still ended up beating him in pretty much his own episode of the game. Plus, I would like to also mention that Shadow is the only character who got a DLC episode. So are you not telling me that he's not relevant enough? I certainly do think so. He's relevant, he fits perfectly as an Echo Fighter due to his similarities with Sonic, and he's a very popular and wanted character. Next, I would like to go over the possibility of a slightly different moveset. It wouldn't take crazy amounts of effort to have him be the Echo Fighter because it is. However, I can see him having slightly different moves. For example, Sonic's up B is him going up with a spring. The idea comes to mind that Shadow would go up by teleporting with the use of Chaos Control, similar to Mewtwo's up B. However, the problem with this would be that Shadow would be very vulnerable, as it would simply teleport upwards and basically cannot move away. Sonic obviously has the spring that falls down after sending him up and can still hit the opponent. Shadow would simply have nothing if he just teleports up. Kind of a bummer. So perhaps the difference would be that Shadow can move midair to perhaps dodge in some way? This is of course one of the thoughts for a different move he could have. Him keeping the spring as up B would totally be fine by me. It's just an idea I had. Perhaps a different homing attack could also work. As I stated before, his homing attack is more advanced than Sonic's. It would basically be him hitting the opponent with a homing attack and stopping mid-air with the ability to kick the opponent, like in 06 for example. But of course, this would mean that he would be very vulnerable by just being stuck in mid-air and very punishable, supposedly. I guess, to make it more advanced, it could be like so. By holding B to use the homing attack, it would do the move. However, depending on whether you still hold it, he could stop in mid-air. Let me put it a different way. By holding B button to do the homing attack, he does the move and then stays in mid-air for a possible kick after. However, if you only press the B button instead of holding it, he will only do the homing attack and not stop in mid-air. You see what I'm trying to say? But this is just an example of what could be, of course. For all we know, this won't happen at all and he would just stay the same as Sonic. I thought that maybe any of the moves from Sonic Battle could work. They could look very nice on screen, but if they would fit, not so sure honestly, but that's just my opinion on it. I also doubt he'll have any of his Chaos abilities, such as Chaos Spear as a projectile, and Chaos Blast is just out of the question due to its immense power and what it stands for basically. Too much of a difference would probably make him more of a newcomer type of character and would make him stray too far from being an Echo as well. And I can see Tails and Knuckles being more viable as a newcomer than an Echo, so there's that. If there would be even more characters from this series, that is. That is it for the movesets. Let's move on to reliability. Of course there are many characters that can still be revealed to be in the game. Shadow is yet to be revealed as an assist trophy, and so people had been speculating for a long time that it will be playable. With the recent Grinch League where it shows 5 newcomers and 2 Echo Fighters, spoiler alert, one of them being Shadow. The Grinch League at the moment seems to have more and more evidence and reliability towards being real than fake, and rightfully so. The amount of time and effort it would take to even go through faking this is just beyond crazy. Most people are leaning towards Team Real, is what it's called basically, obviously, and assuming this is real. They should be revealed in an upcoming direct. But back to Shadow, things are looking very good for my homie. It's just a matter of time until the reveal, and boy am I looking forward to maining him if it ends up happening. With all the evidence we have, it just looks so likely and all signs are pointing towards it. I'm super excited for it, but hey, nothing is 100% confirmed until he actually gets revealed, of course, along with the other supposedly characters. I think that covers up everything I wanted to talk about really. Like I said before, I'm super excited for the game like everyone else, super excited for Shadow to be revealed along with the other characters. Hoping that he really makes it into the game. I will probably lose sleep over him not being in the game, but I suppose I'll manage. Hope you've had something from this video and that I didn't waste your time. Regardless, if you made it this far, I would like to thank you for watching. Please do leave a like if you enjoyed it. But hey, let me know what you guys think. And until another video,